Welcome to A Stretch for the Mind, a series where we combine the mental and the physical side of performance by moving through some mobility, some stretches, and talking about an important topic in sports psychology. And today we're taking a different approach. We are going to talk and focus on being rather than doing. Up until this point, we've kind of covered a different topic in every episode, but one of the key components to mental performance is the ability to focus on what you're doing right now, the ability to be present. And when we perform our best, we do so when we're focusing on what we're doing right now. So that is what we're going to allow ourselves room to do today. We're not trying to get anything out of this. We're not trying to learn something new. We are simply allowing ourselves a few minutes to focus on what we're doing while we're doing it, which is going to be moving through some different mobility bits. So we're going to start by coming into a tabletop position. And we're going to get some cat and cows going, so pushing your belly button towards the ground and looking up at the sky or the ceiling. And then we're going to suck our belly button up as much as we can and looking down. And we're just focusing on this movement as we flow from one to the other. Come back to that tabletop position. Back is flat, and instead of moving up and down, we're going to bring our hips to one side and look over our shoulder at our hip. And then we'll move to the other side. So these are called tail wags. Just moving as far as feels comfortable for you. The only thing we're focusing on is this movement right now. Not what we were doing before this, or maybe what we're going to do later. Just focusing on being here and taking up this space. If you do find your mind wandering, that's okay and natural and bound to happen. So the key is just to notice that and bring it back. So if you notice yourself thinking, I wonder what stretch we'll do next, you can say, I'll find out in a second. Let's just focus on this one. All right, next you're going to bring your left hand or left foot up beside your left hand, and you're just going to lean into that, feeling a stretch in your groin. If it feels available to you, you can try to bring your elbow down to the ground. I'm feeling a bit stiff today, so I'm going to stick to my hands. So just focusing on how this feels, maybe where you feel the stretch, and bringing it back to your body, keeping the focus on what you're doing in this moment. It sounds pretty simple when we think about it, like the key to performing at your best is focusing on what you're doing while you're doing it, but it is a skill in itself to be able to do that. We'll switch sides. There's always going to be distractions. Maybe you made a mistake. Maybe you're thinking, how is this going to go? Will I win? Will I perform well? So there's always things pulling us away from being present. So we need to train our focus. And one way we can do that is by thinking about it in everything we do. So during this stretch, when you're eating dinner, focusing on eating your dinner. When you're doing the dishes, when you're watching TV, like we're so easily distracted nowadays. So it's even more important to be purposeful with training our ability to focus. Come back to all fours, and we're going to reach one hand under the other. Coming down, you can have your head on the ground, nearly resting on your shoulder. Notice how maybe this feels different. We should notice in a different part of our body compared to the last stretch. Sometimes when it comes to performance, we get all distracted by things that, either have not happened, may never happen, or things that have happened in the past. It's so important to be able to let those things go. We'll switch sides. We want to be able to focus on this stretch, this ball, this shot, this play, this moment. Come back to the center, bring toes together, knees apart. You're going to stretch out your hands in front of you and bring your chest towards the ground. If it feels available to you, you can come up on your fingertips. Allow yourself more room. And just take in nice deep breaths to sink into it. Remember, you perform your best when your mind and body are in the same place. You're able to get the most out of yourself, out of your capabilities. And even just a few minutes like this is practicing the same way you practice your physical skills. You're practicing helping your mind focus on right now. And relax. Once again, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.